Does the mere sight of a firearm or a gun force us to be polite or remind us to be polite? I thought about this quite a bit a year ago when three other fellas I knew were up on the BWCA on a week-long backpacking trip. Now, the BWCA stands for Boundary Waters Canoe Area. It's a 1,090,000 acre wilderness within the Superior National Forest in northeastern Minnesota. To use the term remote to describe that area is an understatement. When the four of us came across this man, he was carrying a canoe on his shoulders through one of the many portages you'll find in the BWCA, and his firearm was in plain view upon his right hip. Now, the man didn't threaten me, and the gun didn't make me fear for my life. The man with the gun didn't ask or demand my respect. What that firearm did do was remind me to be polite. And let me explain. It reminded me of my youth and that stern look I'd get from my dad if I had a momentary lapse in the proper manners my mother and grandmother had taught me. I knew from experience that my dad's stern look held behind it a guaranteed, appropriate amount of ass-whooping. We humans sometimes forget that manners aren't instinctual to our species. It's a behavior that needs to be taught, and in some cases, reminders need to be given. Seeing that man with a gun reminded me to pay attention to what I do and say. It reminded me to be polite and look someone in the eye when I meet them and nod hello. As the man with the gun politely said hello and passed us by, something else happened. An attractive woman with a backpack appeared 50 yards down the trail. She was following behind the armed man. She was obviously the man's significant other. All at once and without being told, everyone in my group stood to the side of the trail to let her pass, and we tipped our hats with a nod and greeted her with the phrase, "Good morning, ma'am." That small incident out in that very wild and remote area where there literally is no 911 service, stuck with me and made me think. It made me think about how much more polite our society would be if openly wearing a sidearm was just as much in fashion as wearing a cell phone. Robert A. Heinlein, one of the most influential science fiction authors, once said, "An armed society is a polite society. Manners are good when one may have to back up his axe with his life." If you'd like to know more about my book called the SHTF-Art-of-War, you can go to the SHTF-Art-of-War webpage and get a lot more free information about it. If you'd like to get the Kindle download version of that book, go ahead and I'll leave the link for both the website and the Kindle download link from Amazon in the description box. I'd like to kindly thank you for your time and hope you have a great day. Thank you.